Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are shining the spotlight on fellow Canadian, Quint Beastwood, Quinton Eriya. This guy is outstanding. We are taking a look at the difference that 2 years can make in bodybuilding from the 2020 New York Pro where he took 8th to the Texas Pro with probably a tighter lineup where he took 5th. Quint Beastwood. This is his best showing, I think, from the Texas Pro. He just competed a week earlier at the Tampa where he took 3rd, but maybe not as deep as a lineup. But anyway, guys, don't be looking for those huge differences. The man's put on 30 pounds of muscle in a year, things of that nature. But you know what? We'll go through these shots, and these are the differences that I am excited about. Quint Beastwood, the man, has maybe the best structure that I've ever seen. One of the most aesthetically pleasing bodybuilders ever. So, you want to see little detail differences, slight differences. You don't want to see him blowing out his lines, ruining his physique. And this is exactly what we are getting. And like I said, guys, many people don't get excited about these differences. I do. He's, first of all, like I said, he's not ruining his physique. Second of all, he's slowly creeping in these improvements, and nobody notices? Well, I notice. Look at the midsection. He has put on muscle in the wheels, maybe less noticeable in this shot. Run through the poses here. And yeah, if you don't see that he has put on inches on those quads, and he's done it so evenly, sneakily. He sneaks in these improvements. And like I said, those are the ones that I want to see, because this is a young man we're dealing with. He has years and years of healthy growing like this. So if this guy keeps on these nice, slow improvements, I don't think that he'll be able to be stopped. Look at the lats, guys. Turn to the side, and you would maybe have to be blind, I guess, to not see the difference that this guy makes. And like I said, it's not the size. And that's not what I was looking for in a physique like this. You want super detail. He already has that overwhelming structure. Put on a little bit of thickness, which he has done, and peel it up. Look at how peeled he is. The chest, the chestal region, the delt difference, the separation from delt to arm. And if you look close, look at there's a vascularity level that you can't deny. You can't deny. And when you look at the wheels, I guess that was the part where you'd have to be blind not to see the cuts and striations in those quads. Sure, it's 2 years, but keep in mind, these slow, methodical type, here's a side tricep, these slow, methodical type changes, they don't stop. Almost like a YouTube channel, getting a spike in their views and then kind of going back down. If you grow slow, like Mark's Max Muscle, you bend to the bottom, so you can't go back there, right? But anyway. Yeah, this guy is 110% better. And I know, it's been 2 years, so you expect to see a lot of mass, things of that nature. But do you know how difficult it is to maintain mass, even keep putting on a little bit of mass, all the while putting on detail, striations, things of that nature? Now, the back shots. Maybe a little bit of disappointment in my voice. Because there is some disappointment. I think that Quinton Eriya, and I'm not dissing Quinton, one of my favorite competitors of today, that compete competitive today. So I hate to say anything bad about these guys. But it looks like he is executing the shot better before. I think maybe he has, oh gosh darn it, maybe something wrong with his back. His his traps were very uneven in the shot. It looked a little uncomfortable. Maybe he was kinking up. I don't know. It just seems to me that he's unable to display the improvements. But I mean, glutes, hamstring, of course, he's much drier. Now the rear double, he was able to hit this. And here is where you can see the improvements. He's a contender now. Look, glutes, hamstrings, peeled. So peeled. Traps are bigger too. But like I said, the traps are a little uneven, even in this shot. One seems to be bigger than the other. And that rear lat spread, that was maybe the best out of a few of them. Were much more uneven than that one. But anyway, hopefully he can get that fixed up, and he'll be right there in the hunt. The abs and thigh. And this, I could see some people at home right now. But Mark's max muscle, we would expect more of a difference. Listen, Buck. Listen, look at the difference in the size of the wheels. If he has more cuts in the abs, which he does, and he's putting on size, that is the most difficult thing to do in bodybuilding. And like I said, this guy, nice and slow, methodical. Look for him to be, 10% better next year. You keep adding these little percentages, you're going to improve. And you're going to finally grab that brass ring and capture the Olympia title? Quinton Beastwood? Maybe. I don't know. He looks pretty gosh darn good here, guys. And obviously, you can't deny these differences. Wheels look bigger. Oh, I love this pose of his. The delts. Look at the delts, like I mentioned earlier. The pecs, much more rippled, striated. So this man, he's like the Undertaker of bodybuilding. Slow, methodical changes. And when he does capture that brass ring, it's going to be very difficult to knock this guy off his high horse. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my opinion on things. I think that these slow, methodical changes are just par for the course for an aesthetically pleasing physique. A guy who is young, he has many years ahead of him. It's the way to do it. But if I had one criticism, it would be that he needs to work on the back. He needs to put on some thickness on that back. Everything else is growing like it should. I mean, the conditioning is improved 10 times. The detail, the separation in the muscle. But the back definitely needs to improve upon the back. And I don't know. There's probably factors gone into the situation that I don't know of. Like I was criticizing Akeem Williams and his back last year. He got into a bad car accident. He couldn't even squat, for goodness sakes. Couldn't do deadlifts. Definitely affected his performance, so who knows? Anyway, guys, high hopes for the future for Quint Beastwood, Quinton Eriya. Have a good one.